On Wednesday against the Mavs, Buddy Hield made numerous low IQ plays that really drove the Warriors crazy. For people that aren't up to date on the Warriors, Buddy Hield was on fire for the first month of the year, but he's been struggling big time for the next few months. That was also apparent in this game, as Hield started out 1 for 6 from the field, but his struggles in this game were far from just his shooting. It starts here when he's guarding Klay Thompson. He sets a back screen, and Hield thinks the Warriors should be switching, which then leaves Klay for a wide open 3. And it looks like they shouldn't have switched because Pods and Kerr both look at Hield like, "What are you doing?" Later in the game, he's still guarding Klay and does a good job chasing him over the screen, but then his eyes lock on Najee Marshall and loses sight of Klay, which upsets Draymond, and he's lucky that Klay misses the shot. Now on the offensive end, Hield looks like he's isoing Klay, but he waits for Curry to set a screen to create a switch. To get more space for Steph, Pachinski tells Hield to use his screen, and he decides to cut, and Curry throws it away. At least that's how it looks, but if you look at it again, Hield's cutting in the middle of nowhere, and Steph was trying to lead him to the basket, which is why Curry reacted the way he did. Then just a minute later, Olivier Prosper goes at Kevon Looney one-on-one, but he can't hit the layup. So as the Warriors push the pace, they're trying to fill the lanes correctly. You'll see Curry telling Hield to stay in the corner because Hield was about to cut to the basket. That creates the space Pachinski needs, and he finishes at the rim. And you'll see Curry tell Hield to space the floor as they're running down. Now shout out to Curry because as the Mavs call timeout, he goes up to Hield and daps him up to try and get a little bit of confidence in him. Unfortunately, that didn't work. Early in the fourth, Quinton Post swings the ball to Hield on the other side, who then gets it to Draymond. He's got a good matchup in Kyrie Irving, but when the Warriors set up the split cut, Hield cuts down, which gives Draymond no space to work with, and the Mavs tip his pass away. And you'll even hear Draymond say,
to Hield, and was knocked out of bounds.
He then tries to rant to the bench, and they're trying to tell him to keep going, but it's very apparent that he couldn't really stand what he was seeing at this point. Now Draymond's not an offensive player, but earlier in the game, he had Kyrie in the post and was able to easily score over him. So it's understandable why he got so upset when Hield basically took the mismatch away by cutting. This past weekend, he talked more about how the game was getting boring because people aren't really thinking the game anymore. I'm not saying that it's his own team that has him saying stuff like this, but there's been numerous times where he has shown his frustration over a young player's mistake. Turns out, Buddy Hield is one of those culprits, as evidenced by getting yelled at numerous times from various players. And that was clearly felt by the Warriors team as they benched him for the rest of the game and decided to not put him in the starting lineup in their following game against Houston. So, hope you guys enjoyed this video. You can support me on these platforms, like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.